Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Beards and Board Games with me, Georgie. Today I'm going to be reviewing Love Letter. Now, it doesn't look like much, it just comes in a little sort of velvet bag. Obviously it just says Love Letter on the front there. It was published in 2012, the designer was Saiji Kanai. It's a 2 to 4 player card deduction game. It only has 16 playable cards in the game, which automatically makes you think, what? I mean, what? You know, there's not really much to it. But it's kind of surprising, really. But let's go and have a look at Love Letter. So this is Love Letter. As you can see, comes in the little bag like I showed you earlier. So let's just get into it and have a look. Comes with the rules, just a little book there. The aim of the game is to guess other opponents out, so you can essentially get your letter to the princess, which doesn't sound too great, but the actual gameplay itself is good. Comes with 13 different little pink wooden cubes, and that's just to count how many rounds you've won, just to keep track of who's the winner, basically. And it comes with as I said, 18 different cards. You also get a card list that gives you sort of the characters, the number of cards there is in the deck, what they do, and the value of the card. And because it's up to 4 player, everyone can have one of these cards, and so that's them. And now it's the character cards, which is probably the most important part. Now this is the priest. Now he can, when you play him, you get to look at another player's hand. This is the guard. Name a non-guard card and choose another player. If that player has the card, he or she is out of the round. So that's basically useful. There's more guard cards than there is anything else, but they're really useful because you can use them to guess who another player, if you think you figured out who the other player is, you can use them to guess, so they're really useful. There's the Baron, which you and another player can secretly compare hands with the player. The player with the lowest value is out of the round. You'll see the values up in the top corner here. Really like the artwork on these cards again. It's the Countess. This basically means if you have the king or the prince in your hand as well as her, you must discard them. It's quite high value, as said. So if you discard the king or the prince, people might guess that you've got the countess, or you might have something higher like the princess, but get through to that in a second. There's also the handmaid. You play that and nobody can play any cards against you until it's your turn next turn. There's the king, which means you can trade hands with another player. There's the prince, which means you can choose anyone, including yourself, to discard his or her hand and draw a new one. And the princess, which is pretty much a dangerous card, because if you discard it, or forced to discard it, or anyone sees it and guesses it, you are out of the game. And the game is essentially, and that's basically it. So the game starts, everyone will get 1 card each, and the play is basically, you start off with 1 card, and then you draw a card and play a card. So, if you had the priest and the guard to start off with, you can maybe play the priest to look at somebody else's hand. Then in your next turn, you would draw another card. Well, that's 2 guards, but you could, if that other player hasn't changed his hand, you would then, realise that you can maybe guess, because you've already looked at his hand last time, that that's him, and get him out the round, or him out the game for that turn anyway. And that's really about it. It's so that simple. What did I think of Love Letter overall? I thought it was brilliant, really awesome game, really fun. Guessing which player's got which card, especially if they've won more rounds than you and they're getting close to victory. Just the whole deduction side of it's really fun, and for only having 16 cards, which I'll mention again, is just brilliant. Some people don't really like the look of it, but Eureka, there is something to fix that. There's a Batman Love Letter, a Hobbit Love Letter. I believe there's also a Munchkin Love Letter called Loot Letter, which one of my friends was telling me about. Lots of different variations. But other than that, I just think it's a really, really great game. But thanks for watching again. You've been watching Beards and Board Games with me, Georgie. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment down below. That also reminds me, if there's any games that any of you guys out there want to see me review, just comment down below and I'll see if I can get it done as soon as I can. But again guys, thanks for watching. Catch you guys later.